Oh, good morning, everyone. How is everyone today? I am having a problem with my video going from here to my laptop, and so I can't save them if it doesn't go to my laptop. And I don't know what the big fat issue is. Let's see. Good morning, Patricia. Today we have so many things to talk about. I know, like that's any different than any other day, but you know. Let's see if I can. I don't know why they're not connected this morning or yesterday morning. I don't know what the problem is. Let's see if I can, if I refresh, or maybe if I go to the home. Let's see. I know this is probably boring as heck to not, oh, there we go. There we go. Alrighty. Yay, we're here. We're here, we're here, we're here. Let's blow up a little bit. Ta-da! Okay, yay! We're all here. Okay, so I have brand new artwork to share with you. The brand new April A Year in Bloom art printable, which I thought we could start to play with that. And if you remember, I challenged myself to creating with colored pencils for the whole year to up my colored pencil skill game. And so that I'm going to continue on with that. If you're brand new here, if you would like, follow, subscribe, share, and comment on Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, that would be greatly appreciated. And then ask to join Stitch Along with Ann Facebook group and Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. For all things Ann and artsy, please go to AnnCorbiereScottDesigns.com, like today's art printable. Ta-da! But you know what? I will put a link for today's art printable, and I will right now there's a blank, there's it's just the art, the naked artwork, so I will there it is, but I will color today and then we will post that. So I'm just going to get my colored pencils out because that's what I'm doing this year. And I will say it is making me think about my colored pencils differently. Like how will I what do I want to say? Like how can I do my pencil strokes in a different way? How can I add dimension and shape and texture with just my colored pencils? So that's where I'm at. Good morning, Valerie. How are you? Hey, Lise. So I think, so these flowers, you know, I love to mix things. I like to mix mediums up with my creation. And so as I drew these, I knew I wanted a big center because I wanted to fill a big center with something. And then I just started to cut up bits of an old ledger and added them to the center of my flowers. So think about that when you're just doing, when you're creating with other bits and bobs of mine, that you can cut pieces of vintage papeterie to fit little areas. So you can add, you know, I don't know, just something, I'm going to start with that guy today. Oh, and I love that Imperial. I'm thinking maybe we'll do all blues and purples, so that would be pretty. Because I was looking at what I did in March. Oh, you remember in March, I used one of the cards, one of the, good morning, Peggy Sue. I used one of the color block cards. Today I'm kind of just doing my own thing. I'm just going to pull some of my favorite colors. Let's see what we got. I have this idea. Today I was thinking about how I want to color with, so I almost always typically use colored pencils with a kind of a rounded tip, right? Because remember, when you think about, as we've talked about, colored pencil skills before, that a rounded end on your colored pencil is blending bliss. And a sharp end is crisp lines. So I thought I would challenge myself to crisp lines. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to sharpen everything with my handy dandy pencil sharpener. I'm going to sharpen everything. Good morning, Jeanette. Good morning, Nancy Laberty. How are you this morning? So I have a nice sharp tip, and I'm thinking I just want to do, this is a soft, these Holbens are, the leads are quite soft. This is Wisteria, which I'm kind of in love with. So I'm just going to start putting down some color in all the petals. And then I'm thinking, I've been thinking about how I want to grow this. Do you know what I mean? So I'm feeling like I want to lay down this first color. Good morning, Jamie. How are you? Hey, Lynn. Can't remember if I said hello or not. Anyway, I'm feeling like I want to really work hard at building from the base of the petal out. So I want to start with a base of color. So now let's, and then I haven't decided exactly what I want to do in the center of the flower. So I told myself I will figure that out when the time comes. Know what I'm saying? Oh, that's crazy that it's almost noon in Florida. But time changes this week, doesn't it, Jeanette? It seems. Okay, so now I'm going to take this deeper shade, and that's Periwinkle Blue. And this is with a Caran d'Ache. You know my colored pencils are all a big old mix-up. But I'm just going to start flicking some of this deeper color, and we'll see where this takes us. You know what I mean? It's a great big experiment. I want you guys to experiment too. And you know, the funny thing is, if you absolutely hate it, and it's got to be pretty horrid for me to hate it, but if I absolutely hate it, guess what? It's an art printable. Once you own it, you own it. You can print it as many times as you want. So I'm playing with the pressure of my strokes. Remember, this is your worker finger. It's going to, it determines how, how deep your colors are, how saturated they are. Look, I have this vision of, oh, it's trash day today. That's why Jeff just went outside. I think everything is out, but you know, there's been a kind of a lot going on around here because they have a company. So, usually it's just me and boring old Jeff, just boring me and boring Jeff. But we've been, all over creation. My sister and my dad and I. And I believe we're going out again today. And maybe even tomorrow. Okay, so I'm already seeing sort of what I'm going for. Sorry guys, allergies. Okay, so now let's pick a deeper purple. Oh, but first let's take a drink so we're all nice and hydrated. Okay, I want to pick something. Okay, what I have this Prisma, and this is Imperial Violet, and that's a nice deep violet. Let's sharpen that. Nice and sharp too, and then let's come in with that, see what we get. So, ooh, nice, nice, nice. Like, it doesn't take much, I don't think, to start to build that, where the color starts to create form on whatever you're filling with color, whether it's a flower or a shoe or whatever. Let that color work for you. Yes, this weekend we spring ahead and we will be at the same, yes, you and I will be at the same, but Jeanette and I will be, I think that's when we go to 3 hours, isn't it? Yikes. Well, thank you, Valerie. Think that I'm not boring. That's nice. That's nice to know. Oh my gosh, you guys, I read this quote and it just kind of spoke to me. It was, and it was in a piece of artwork that Dory Patrick created. You know, I just love her cheerful outlook on life. Anyway, this particular piece of artwork said, don't forget to imagine the best case scenario. No, that was on something else. No, the Dory Patrick one said, remember, growing might feel like breaking first. Come on. That was good, right? What did Lynn say? Lynn lives by me. So, pollen count is really high now. Allergies are supposed to be terrible. I know, and I want to go see the wildflowers, Lynn. Really bad. And so, I know they'll be horrid, but I just like the idea of just flicking color little by little. And now I'm going to take this blue. I have this violet blue. Let's see what happens with that. Because it should be quite deep. Good morning, Vicky Dooley. How are you? Let's see what we got going here. Ugh, I knew that was going to happen. Let's try this. What is this? Oh, this is a, no. Let's try this one. This is a Caran d'Ache, and it's a Pablo, so that means it's not, and it's bluish gray, I believe is the color. It is not water soluble. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But I just thought this blue might add a little bit of, remember we've talked a lot about, I'm just following the line of this petal, like the sections in the petal. I'm just following the line on the edge there, and then doing more flicks from the center out. So when I flick, I like to kind of almost push the point of the pencil into the paper and then lessen my pressure. Does that make sense? And by doing that, I get a nice like a, what do I want to say? Almost like an ombre effect without really trying. Because remember, you're making this finger work. I remember I did this painting in art school, and I remember it was a little African boy, and my art school teacher at the time, that particular professor, really wanted us to use like many colors in one subject, right? So his thought was the reflection of all the colors that surround whatever your subject is will be represented in your subject that you're creating. So this little boy, his head, like part of the side of his head shone, and I had every color of pastel in his skin, and oh my God, like, so that planted this seed for me to continue to incorporate lots of colors in whatever I'm creating. You know, that's so funny that you say that I need an electric pencil sharpener, Valerie, because most artists don't use electric pencil sharpener, but I saw that Lindsay is using one, so I'm curious. I haven't picked her brain about it yet. Like if she really if she's really enjoying it. I'm coming back in with my light blue again to just kind of unite all these colors. And I just love that this is all, and this is, what is this color? Sax blue. That little bit of blue is just really helping things kind of take shape. And by doing these flicks and coloring this on watercolor paper, I get this automatic texture. If you can see this automatic texture because of the properties of a cold press watercolor paper. Even though it's only 90 pound, it's still a cold press, which means it has texture. Hot press is smooth. I almost always go to cold press. I like the making the bumps in the paper kind of work for me. Okay, I'm thinking we do all of these flowers slightly like within the same shades. I don't know. So let's do this one. Start out with blue. I'm wondering if I could, so here's my challenge to myself. Can I use the same colors, this same range of colors, but can I create using with, so this one I started with wisteria, right? This one I'm starting with this blue. Can I create a variety of colors of, it's the paper that we used at the retreat, Lynn. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because it'll run through my printer, but it also has enough texture to provide that. I love that making those bumps in the watercolor paper work for me. So I'm just gonna, so my goal is to see if I can get, so this posy right here is quite purple, right? Let's try to make this one quite blue, but I want to use many of the same colors. I just want to keep the same palette, a limited palette. That's a really cool art challenge to give yourself, is to create with a limited palette. Because you really have to think about how you're going to make that work for you. So it's all a big artsy experiment, you know? Okay. Where are we going to go from here? Good morning, Keels. Oh my gosh, I saw this post, and I didn't read the whole article. I will, and then we'll talk about it again. But the title of the article said, a study found that traveling by car with a favorite person can increase your happiness by 200%. Keely Bowley, isn't that true? I've traveled in a car with my Aunt Dee, with my sister, with my Keely, and we always have ourselves a time. With my Carmen, with my Tammy, we always have ourselves a time. What brand of paper? It's Canson XL, 90 pound. Just a sec, I will look it up. Let's see. Canson XL watercolor paper. Let's see if that's it. And it is loose. I buy it in giant chunks, but it's okay, let's see. See if I can find the one second. Technology, you know. Where's that little share thing? I can just share it with you guys. Oh, here it is. Facebook. Huh. It says I opted out of that. Who knows? Who knows, you guys? Maybe copy link. That's what I want. Facebook. Let's see if that's it. There it is. Okay. Yay. Oh my gosh, I love when I am successful at some kind of technological something. Okay, let's try. Let's see. Okay, now I'm going to come in with periwinkle, see what I get there. And I'm just going to do that flick. Ugh. That means somewhere along the line this pencil got dropped. Imagine. Oh, Vic, I'm glad you're drinking iced tea or hot tea. How are you feeling this morning? Are you feeling better? Did it turn into something more? Inquiring minds want to know, Vic. Thanks, Peg. I knew you'd appreciate that. Technology. Stinking technology. So I think we're going to go look at wildflowers today. I'm super excited about that. Oh, shut it. Look at that long, pointy. Okay, so I'm just going to flick. So think about what your challenge is. What will you challenge? That I never doubt that David is taking good care of his Vicky. Oh my gosh. So I saw a thing about an ordinary and happy life. Thank you, Peg, for turning me on to that. I saw a thing about spring walk ideas. So one of them was to go to the botanical garden, which that sounds fun. One was a local park, like just switching it up. Another suggestion was a different streets in your neighborhood. You know how we do kind of just keep walking the same route in our neighborhood, but that one was cool. And I like to look at like, oh, look, they planted their flowers already, or oh, they're putting up a new fence, or they got new curtains, or I don't know, whatever. Whatever the thing is. I like to just stroll around my neighborhood. And I notice things, you know? What was the other thing I wanted to... Oh my gosh, that I will read that article and I will write about it in the newsletter, the road trip. I thought, oh, that sounds fab. and true. It does make me 200% happier to go on a road trip with my favorite people. Okay, so that is kind of, I'm getting what I'm, so there's a couple places here, Valerie, that I'm going to go to, that I'm going to propose to my dad and my sister to see the wildflowers. One is Lake Pleasant, and that's a really cool place to go because there are a couple of restaurants there that are really fun. So we could go and look at flowers and then have some lunch, and then the kids both have their practice, soccer and flag football, out at a park out near there, so that might be a fun way to spend the afternoon. The other place is South Mountain. Do you remember when my aunt and my cousin were here? We went to South Mountain, and you could see the whole city, and it was so pretty. They have a big population of poppies, of wild poppies, and so totally thinking about that. Valerie, where do you go see wildflowers near you? Let's go a little darker. I'm thinking. And the wild donkeys. You're right, Lynn. I love them. Don't you love the wild donkeys? The last time we went to South Mountain, we were there like late in the afternoon, and we got to see sunset. Oh my gosh, it was so gorgeous up there. It was so gorgeous to see it, the sunset all around the city, the whole valley. It was so pretty. I don't know. That I think might be not working for us today. Let's see what else I have. Like kind of a darker blue. Oh, I have this dark purple, this violet. That's kind of pretty. That's one, that Parma violet. I love that one. I do. And that might add just a little bit of something different. I know. I love those babies. I love them. Okay, let's see. What if we do this? Let's see what we get up here with the Parma violet. That's going to kind of give us a different kind of, just a little different shade. So I like the idea of just laying down a base of color and then building on top of that. So let's see. It's a violet, so let's come in with another violet. See what we get here. And now we're gonna just flick. Oh, I love that. Remember, you're just kind of almost like stabbing the point and then releasing the pressure. That flick. If you remember, we did it in Back to Art School with ballpoint pens, and we're doing it with colored pencils too. Oh, I'm liking that. This one, I'm feeling like I want to deepen that. So what is this? Sapphire blue. Let's see what happens when we add that. Look at that. It's such a departure from the other blue, but it brightens it so much. Oh, I'm loving that. Lynn, do you ever go eat at Dylan's out there by Lake Pleasant? I love eating out there. There's 2 restaurants. They're both right on the water. They're just kind of at different parts of the lake, but they are, anyway, it's beautiful scenery and, good food. They make the best house salad. The house salad, you guys, has boiled eggs and like real bacon crumbles and, I mean, just you name it. And fresh tomatoes and crunchy lettuce. It's perfect. And they make their own ranch, which, oh my gosh, that's the best, isn't it? Well, I'm loving this. I'm loving this blue flower right next to this purpley flower. And I'm loving the idea of, 40 degrees and foggy. Well, that kind of stinks, Keels. Yes, it is awesome. Their location down next to the World Wildlife Zoo is fun too. Yes, that's a fun one. It looks out over the flamingos and the huge shark tank in the main. Yes, sure many children in my life have enjoyed that, dining next to the sharks. That's for sure. I'm thinking let's do some blue up here too. And then maybe we can bring this purple down here. Let's see. What did we have first? This is wisteria. That's the one we started here with the wisteria. But we have this Parma. I'll put that here. Just get a base layer of color. And you see, like, I'm not filling it all the way in. I'm leaving space for all those flicks, you know? Oh my gosh, Flick. Remember that was the name of the friend in the Christmas Story who stuck his tongue on the metal pole in the middle of winter? I remember testing out that theory on an ice cube. Anyone else? Anyone else who grew up in cold country? Remember that? I saw, another place they talked about going for a spring walk, a street art tour. Stop. That sounds great, doesn't it? So I thought, I'm going to go look some up and see what's what. I know there's one not very far from me on Grand Avenue. I think it's Friday nights. So that might be kind of a fun thing. On a Friday night. There's kind of an art district not very far from here. And I have never gone. Shame on me. Okay, is this the violet? Let's do that. Let's sharpen a little bit more. Shall we? Did anybody happen to see the blood moon? I think we talked about it a little bit yesterday, huh, Valerie, in Stitch Along. It was just so incredible. It was, we just happened to be out early enough in the morning that we, because we were taking Sienna to the airport on Tuesday morning. So we got to see the tail end of the eclipse, so there was a little bit of a dark shadow on one side of the moon. That was cool to see. There we go. I'm really enjoying mixing these colors too, and mixing them in a kind of a crazy way. Do you know what I mean? I'm mixing them with flicks instead of swirly blending. There we go. I like that next to that. But now I'm feeling like I wonder if I put something else in there. But I don't know just yet. It was beautiful. Valerie, it was so pretty. Oh, everybody take a drink. Crying out loud. We're at 9:44 and I've only had us take one drink. So let's do something blue over here. It's so fun, Peg. The flicks are so fun. I think I'm going to do the same blue over here. I think this is that Saxe blue. S-A-X-E. Am I pronouncing that correctly? I don't know. Maybe there's another pronunciation for that. It just looked like Sax, like Anglo-Saxon. That's what it kind of reminded me of this morning. So Jeff's been teaching Maisie how to get out of the pool. So we've been trying to, in case she falls in ever, she knows how to get herself out. So she's not loving it just yet, but he did, so he's been going from the center of the pool and like kind of pushing her toward the steps. But I guess yesterday, Braxton, Desi, and Jeff were swimming with her, and she pulled herself out from the side. Like, not even using her back legs, Jeff's. Her front legs are strong enough that she could pull herself out. And I'm so happy. Like, little by little. kind of liking this. I'm trying to think what the third color I put in there was, but I kind of like that it's... There you go. That's it. That's it, Lynn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. On the first and third Fridays. Oh. Well, that sounds perfect. Okay, now we got to think about this guy. I'm thinking, like, maybe it needs to be a different, because we have 3 purples. Let's do a different blue up here. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? And then we have to think about these. And I'm thinking we stay with the same colors. But I'm thinking we do, like, purple in here. What do you think? So let's try wisteria, right? Yes. What if we do wisteria in the center of this one, and we just do our swirly blend, our circly swirly blend, and we just start with just like a light smattering of wisteria. And I'm just going to start to build on one side. Let's do build back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Build on the other side. Then let's come in. What's this? Imperial Violet. What if we come in with a little bit of that? Back, forth. And then do that swirly blend. Do the same thing over here. Back, forth, and then swirly blend. Because I still want to really, I want to see all of that. I want to see the handwriting. But I want to create some depth with my color. There we go. Just a little bit more. I mean, remember, this can continue to grow and grow and grow and grow. And this this month's message of encouragement is keep showing up. And that's one I have to keep teaching myself too. Even when things feel a little daunting or intimidating, or you just feel like you're getting off on the wrong foot, just keep showing up. Work through it. Stop, I'm taking that, you guys. Would Tuesday be a good day to meet at the tamale shop? But we are good any day but Thursday. Tuesday, yes, would be good. Let's see if we can gather some more friends to meet us there. What do you think, Miss Vic? And your rug is in the back of my car, and it's staying there until I meet up with you. Okay, let's do, I think this is that, what? Sax Blue. Let's come up with that. There we go. Just do a light, you can't say wash, but you know what I mean, right? Just gonna do a light coat of this color. And then let's see, what is this? Bluish gray. I used that, and let's do that over here and see what we get. Back, forth, back, forth. And this just happens to have the text behind is a little bit dense on that one, on this one side. And we could do it over here. I had that blue. Is it this one that was the brightest one? The sapphire blue, I think. Yes, look at that. Just the addition of that sapphire blue. Shut up. You guys, I'm loving that. It's just adding like a little bit of brightness. Okay. I think I'm loving this. I know you would love to go to the tamale shop, Valerie. You would love it. Everybody take a drink. Don't forget to imagine the best case scenario too. Pass it on. I read that on Maria Shriver's Instagram, and I thought, ooh, that's a good reminder. We need to all remember that, right? Because you know we always imagine the worst case scenario. Let's start to try and imagine the best case scenario. And then pass it on. Pass it on to our pals. Right? Let's see. How about noon on Tuesday? Does that sound good? Does that sound good, Vic? Okay, I'm thinking... So this is going to be a blue too, but what if... Oh, I still have to do these petals. We're going to do blue here, remember? We talked about... When my kid was little, they used to say, new member, Mom. Let's try cobalt blue. We haven't done that one just yet. I'm just going to get a base of color. There we go. Teresa wants Mexican food every day she's here. So yesterday, we went to visit our uncle, and then we headed east to my aunt's house, and our cousin Christopher, he and I love to go to this restaurant called Sombreros. It's so delicious. Anyway, so we went to Sombreros, and I can't describe how delicious it is. Anyway, while I was there, I usually get a Mexican Coke when I go to those kinds of restaurants. But yesterday, I got a... I had to write it down just a second. It's a Mexican soda, and it's spelled... Yarritos. And yesterday... Because I have Salud, which was one of my sponsors at my retreat. Shut up. You know I love me a Salud. Drink mix. Salud has partnered with Yarritos, and I have some of those. And they're delicious. The one I have are mandarin. But at the restaurant yesterday, they had mango. And I love anything mango. Oh my gosh, I love mango. Anyway, I had myself a bottle of mango soda. And you know what? It was so delicious. It was so delicious. So if you get the chance and you happen to see it, give yourself a treat. Jarritos. Jarritos. Okay, I like that. All right, let's see. And I kind of need to think about if I want to do something around this edge or if I just want to leave it white. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out just yet. Let's see. Let's come in with our Parma. Just going to get some color down first. Let's see. This Imperial Violet, that might be really nice. Back, forth, back, forth. Circly blend. Best case scenario. Come on. I know, they're so yummy, Keely. Those sumo oranges. I know, they're spendy, I will say. They are spendy. But they're only available from January to April. La Bamba Mexican Grill Restaurant is on Thunderbird, just west of Grand. Oh, okay, in a bright blue building between a laundromat and a drive-through liquor store. If you blink, you miss it. Hours are variable. He kind of opens when he wants to. Best street tacos. Ooh, I love a street taco. All right, Vic. Your phone number is already in my phone. Okay, let's do some blue up here. This one I feel like I don't know. I feel like I might want to do something more. I'm not sure what just yet. I don't know. I'm kind of hooked on this sapphire blue now. Look at that brightness. Look at that. I'm taking that. I wonder if I put just a little bit of sapphire blue in here, you guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, will that just bring... Oh, I'm kind of digging that. Play around with mixing your colors up. See what happens. You know what I mean? That sapphire blue, stop it. It just brightens everything. Kind of digging that. Okay, there was no newsletter last week, so I promise there will be one this week. It'll go out on Sunday. And I'll have our new color hunt color. And be sure to post your color hunt photos. And remember, it doesn't have to be a flower. If I post a flower, it can be a plate. It can be a shoe. It can be, do you know what I mean? It can be anything. The color hunt can be, oh my gosh, I'm loving it more and more, you guys. Okay, let's get a little bit of base color in here. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Joni. How are you? What brand is Sapphire Blue? This Sapphire Blue is Carandash Pablo. And that's a permanent color. It can't be moved or anything. But it's pretty. But lots of colored pencils have a sapphire blue or something similar. I just, I hardly ever buy a whole set of something. I just buy the colors that I'm drawn to because I know I'll use those colors more. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, my Prismas started as a set in art school, and I just kept replacing the ones that I used up. But if it's not a color, shall we do Parma? Shall we do Wisteria? Let's do Wisteria. We can build up with the same color. That's kind of fun too. What is this? Periwinkle Blue, and this is by Carandash also, and it's another one of those Pablos. I'm telling you, when you see a new color or a new brand of colored pencils or any medium really, buy the colors that you're drawn to. So maybe pick out 3. The more you do that, because those are the colors you're going to use. Do you know what I'm saying? If you buy a whole set of something and you don't end up loving it, then you're just sad. And I try to avoid being sad. I hope you do too. So remember to open your newsletter on Sunday. I think this is a good stopping point, and I'm 5 minutes over. Ha! Big surprise, everybody. Go out and make it a wonderful weekend. You know, make art, look for art, be on the hunt for different colors, because you know the color hunt is going to continue until we run through the whole rainbow. I adore you all. Thanks so much, everybody, for taking time out of your busy lives. I appreciate it more than you know. And I will see you again on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.